Now, the people on this planet are always contradictory in their reasoning. When I talk to them about an enormous world or universe, or about the gargantuan enormity of nature, then they sort of blank out. They think I'm crazy, It can't be that huge, On the other hand, if you say it's infinite, then they don't deny that. They won't deny an infinite universe or an eternal universe, but they will deny a gargantuanly huge universe. Now, of course, I don't use the word universe because unfortunately it isn't a universe, it's a biverse, because they are the catatonic elements and the cathodic elements. There are the enemy elements as well, which makes it a biverse, not a universe. And the gargantuan enormity only actually manages to hold because of subtle jokes. For example, the monoliths are all encased in giant Yamaha digital pianos. Now, this may seem very strange to you, and once I say that to someone, they say, well, he's a nutter. But that's a fact. They are all encased in Yamaha digital electronic pianos. Huge pianos. Pianos as in gargantuan light years, well, wide for a piano, because you sit at the keyboard, don't you? They are actually functional, these pianos. They could be played in the middle of absolute space. And inside there are the monoliths, inside these pianos. And anyway, it is this joke which confounds the anti-concept. And of course, to remind you, the anti-concept is the collectivity of negative humans who chose to use evil to create themselves power. Well, of course they managed to create themselves power, but only a very negative power. There are some secrets of your history which you deliberately miss out on. For example, there are a lot of monuments built in Egypt and also in Florence in Italy, and places which were built by giants. You used to have giants, very huge men, and these giants were totally they weren't threatening people at all. They were underput people, and they were kept in dungeons, and they were pulled out at the occasion when they were needed to build these huge monuments, to haul around huge stones. And of course you covered all that up, like you cover everything up. And you just look at these monuments like in Italy or in Egypt or in places and say, how did they do it? It's simple. You had giants, then you produce that what you need when you need it. There's only one thing that you can't get rid of that we've noticed, and that is a punishment of nature that was inflicted on you in the beginning, and that is called pubic hair. Well, we always check out that you can't get rid of it unless, of course, you shave it off or something like that. it always grows. And there were other genital mutilations inflicted on you because women, catatonic women, don't have invisible clitorises. They're not sort of invisible, they are organs that expand and are quite impressively large, and they should be able to reach 4/5 of the length of a man's penis. But anyway, you have been mutilated by nature in the beginning as a punishment, and if you ever manage to get over that mutilation, then we are all very worried. So we spy on all this, and we see that you can't get over this mutilation. All men and women automatically grow pubic hair. You see, the human being is not supposed to have hair anywhere except for on his head. Now, I've been grown among you as a kind of spy and observer and also a judge of the situation. I had to pretend nothing also to myself, so I have a beard. Yes, but a human being normally does not have a beard. He does not have any body hair at all. He just has hair on his head, and that is all. And the masculine body has to be very beautiful with clearly defined muscles without any hair hiding it all. It has to be like that. You unfortunately choose your men, that is the women among you. The women among you choose the men for their wallets. Well, if you go around doing like that, all the men will be rather ugly. Men have to be chosen for their looks, not for their wallets. So, in a normal human society, men are chosen actually by an apparatus of the society to guarantee the best results in the children, called the Department of Social Integration. And it's a scientific department, and it guarantees that sane children are born. Now, this is nothing to do with anything like eugenics or anything, because it's not negative. Eugenics is a negative thing. This is something positive. You see, you people always confound the negative with the positive. You confound control with negativity, because among you, always any control has always resulted in negativity, because any leaders who had power and control on you were negative people, and they did negative things. But of course they weren't controlling you at all, because one man who is less than 10 miles high cannot control like 50 million people. So people like Adolf Hitler, Stalin, and Julius Caesar, etc., could not command all those people without the total collaboration of the people. Now, I think I've said enough for this episode, otherwise it'll get a bit long and it'll take ages to upload. Anyway, don't make contradictions. Don't turn things this way and that way. and then this way and that way, Adam and Eve that is impossible, Adam and Eve, because a man and woman, if the woman ever became evil and the man as well will become evil immediately afterwards, the whole of nature, everything, that is the whole universe, would be destroyed in an instant. Everything would be sent to hell in an instant. The inevitable result of the destruction of the universe, as you call it, is everything going to hell. Everything has to be planned zillions of years before, and it has to be terminated, and with precision at a given moment. It cannot simply collapse because everything goes to hell. And do you know what? The unborn go to hell as well. And ideas come to exist that had never existed, and they simply come to exist and they go to hell. Objects that are not living go to hell as well. Pieces of dust go to hell. Anything can go to hell. That's what you must remember. Well, this is the end of the episode, anyway.